Welcome to the What is Stoicism podcast.
The Stoic philosopher Seneca once wrote to his friend Lucilius that it's entirely possible to live simply without subjecting oneself to unnecessary punishment. True philosophy, he explained, calls for plain living, but not for penance. In his fifth moral letter to Lucilius, Seneca warns against the extremes of both luxury and deprivation. Rejecting the trappings of wealth and indulgence is wise, he says, but we should also avoid the opposite mistake, embracing hardship for its own sake. Just as it's a sign of luxury to seek out dainties, Seneca writes, so it's madness to avoid that which is customary and can be purchased at no great price. Philosophy calls for plain living, but not for penance, and we may perfectly well be plain and neat at the same time. This is the mean of which I approve. Our life should observe a happy medium between the ways of a sage and the ways of the world at large. All men should admire it, but they should understand it also. Seneca's call for balance could be summed up in Rudyard Kipling's timeless phrase, to walk with kings but never lose the common touch. It's a reminder that we can achieve excellence without arrogance, success without superiority, refinement without vanity. The Stoic's ambition is not to retreat from the world, but to live in it wisely, striving to do good while remaining humble and connected to others. Even as one's influence and reputation grow, the Stoic ideal is to stay grounded, to never forget the value of simplicity and service. The poet Edgar Albert Guest captures this same spirit in his poem The Simple Things, a gentle yet profound reminder to remain human amid success. The poem goes as follows. I would not be too wise, so very wise, that I must sneer at simple songs and creeds, and let the glare of wisdom blind my eyes to humble people and their humble needs. I would not care to climb so high that I could never hear the children at their play, could only see the people passing by and never hear the cheering words they say. I would not know too much to smile at trivial errors of the heart and hand, nor be too proud to play the friend the while, nor cease to help and know and understand. I would not care to sit upon a throne, or build my house upon a mountain top, where I must dwell in glory all alone, and never friend come in, or poor man stop. God grant that I may live upon this earth and face the tasks which every morning brings, and never lose the glory and the worth of humble service and the simple things. Guest's verses mirror Seneca's sentiment beautifully. Wisdom isn't measured by what we acquire or renounce, but how gracefully we balance both the heights and the depths of life. True contentment lies in embracing what's necessary, useful, and kind, without chasing the excesses of pride or self-denial. This same attitude towards simplicity, humility, and compassion can also be found in another beloved work of the early 20th century, Desiderata by Max Ehrmann. The title translates to Things That Are Desired, and its message, written for the author himself but cherished by millions since, is a call to live calmly, ethically, and kindly in a turbulent world. Ehrmann wrote that he composed the poem because it counsels those virtues I felt most in need of. It's a line that captures something profoundly Stoic. The Stoics too practiced philosophy not to appear virtuous, but because they recognized how much they needed guidance in living well. Like Seneca's letters, Desiderata balances moral discipline with compassion and self-forgiveness. It advises us to treat others with respect, maintain peace of mind amid chaos, and prepare our spirits for the inevitable challenges of life. The poem begins with these verses. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence, as far as possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and the ignorant. They too have their story. This balance of courage and kindness is a Stoic principle in poetic form. We're reminded to speak truth with integrity, but to temper it with patience and understanding. The poem continues, avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter. For always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements, as well as your plans. Again, this mirrors Stoic teaching. Comparison breeds envy or arrogance. Gratitude breeds peace. Ehrmann continues, keep interested in your own career, however humble. It's a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. This passage could easily sit within a Stoic text. The world is unpredictable, but we're encouraged to keep faith in human goodness, to see the virtue that still exists amid corruption and uncertainty. Beyond a wholesome discipline, says Ehrmann, be gentle with yourself. There perhaps lies one of the most important reminders of all, self-compassion. Even the Stoics, often mistaken for harsh ascetics, taught moderation and self-criticism. To cultivate virtue is not to live in constant guilt, but to strive earnestly, fall short at times and keep trying, without cruelty towards oneself. Seneca would have agreed. His version of Desiderata's be gentle with yourself is his appeal for moderation, for a life that is plain but not punishing, wise but still human. Both Seneca and Ehrmann urge us toward the same destination, a life balanced between aspiration and acceptance, effort and ease. Whether expressed in Stoic prose or poetic reflection, their message endures. Be humble, be kind, and never lose the capacity to find joy in simple things. So as you face the tasks of the day ahead, may you hold on to that Stoic mean, the middle path between indulgence and denial, and as both Seneca and Ehrmann would say, never lose the glory and worth of humble service and the simple things.